Welcome everyone to the party. How are we all doing this fine afternoon or morning or evening, wherever you are in the world? Welcome. We are here to talk about Index. Can you believe it? Talking about Index on this channel. Wow. Who would have saw that coming? Anyway, let's see who's in the chat. Anyone in the chat? I hope they are. Hello. Cool. People are slowly but surely coming. I do like to give a short notice stream every now and then. Although I did hint that it was coming, I just didn't know when, because I've been busy this weekend, as usual. I don't have a weekend where I'm not busy. Hey, we got Void here in the chat. Welcome, Void. Nice to see you here. So, Season 4 when? Oh, the age-old question. Will it ever happen? Thing is, I've made a video about it already, that the most likely opportunity for it is 2024, which is next year. Wow, that went quickly. That went much quicker than I expected. I thought, you know, like last year, 2024, that's so far away. How can I wait until then? And... you know, we're already in October, even though it doesn't feel like it. It's a really nice warm day in the UK. Yeah. Hey, Aeon can finally make it despite time zones since I don't have uni tomorrow. Hey, that's what we like to hear. No one likes going to seminars and lectures, especially first thing in the morning. When I was at uni, I didn't like drink coffee straight away. Like, I don't know why. I should have become addicted to it way sooner. Because if I had like a lecture or a seminar at 9 AM, you bet I was, you know, falling fast asleep instantly. Even if it was like a really interesting topic or whatever, I'd just be like, yeah, dead. I'd get like, I don't know, a decent amount of sleep, like 6, 7 hours. I think that's enough, but my body just loves sleep for some reason. Yeah. So last week was the 15th anniversary of the Index anime. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? 15 years since Index Season 1 first aired in Japan. And it wasn't just, you know, the anniversary of the Index anime. I guess it counts for all Toaru anime, 'cause Index 1 was obviously the first. So in that sense, it is quite... I don't know, important thing to talk about, at least I think, because anime, whether you like the Index anime or not, that's what's gotten, like, you know, the most people into it. Most fans who are commenting here on the channel or discovering Toaru for the first time, whether they, you know, watch my stuff or not, you know, they get into it because of the anime usually. Or if they're lucky enough, they will get recommended it by a light novel reader and they'll get hooked on the novel straight away. But I don't think that's the, you know, the general way to get into the franchise. Or they've seen Giguk's video, which obviously exists. Hey, Offinus, nice to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, there wasn't too much of a fuss made about it online. It just kind of happened. I wasn't like too aware of it. Obviously, I know about the 20th anniversary, April next year. Everyone knows about that since I've been pushing the agenda of that anniversary for so long. But yeah, we'll definitely get something. It just depends what we'll get. Because we got a few bits and pieces for the Railgun 15th anniversary. We got the side story volume, which wasn't that great, unfortunately. And we got a new Misaka and Shogaho figure, I think. Okay, it's bottom of the barrel stuff in a way. And we got, I can't remember what else we got. I made videos about it. I can't remember. Maybe you guys can, but I'm hoping because it's 20 and not 15th, you know, it's a more years. 20th anniversary is obviously more important than 15th. And again, it's not just for Index, it's for the whole franchise, because that's what started it. Without OT1, we wouldn't be here. Railgun wouldn't exist without OT1 or Astral Buddy or Dark Matter or Accelerator, whatever you're reading. Yeah, Mental Out. The list goes on and on and on. We can get trash anime, but can't get Toharu. I mean, overall, Toharu anime have been like mixed. Obviously, Railgun season 2 and 3 were just amazing, mind-blowing. But some of the other ones haven't been as great. Hopefully that's fixed in the future. Hopefully every Toharu anime comes out is great. That would be a fucking fever dream, wouldn't it? That's the ideal world. But sadly, we don't live in an ideal world, do we? We're not Ophinus who can wave a bloody lance of Gungnir and magic a perfect world into existence. We can't do that, can we? As much as that would be fun to do. Yeah, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, anime's now ass. I think there's probably like some anime that's good that come out nowadays. But yeah, I just don't watch as much seasonal shows at all now. Partly because I'm busy doing, making videos and shit. And reading light novels, or index and item light novels, I should specify. But yeah, it does seem a bit like, I made a tweet recently, and it's somewhat true. I remember like back in the days on AniTube where you had like Digibro just making critiques of Sword Art Online or crappy harem anime or whatever. No disrespect if you like SEO. I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying it's my opinion. But the point is, we don't really get like a lot of discourse online in the anime sphere where people will make ridiculous analytical essays where they just poke fun at plot holes and plot conveniences and shit that doesn't make any sense. It's all very surface level. Wow, this isekai is so fun. This guy reincarnated as a vending machine. Isn't that funny? People just like accept and consume whatever shit that gets shoved in their face. And it's fair, like, I'm not saying everyone needs to be like a try-hard fucking film critic or nerd. just trying to find like holes or inconsistencies in every fucking scene of an anime. I'm saying that overall, you just don't really get many people like having negative opinions of stuff. I think everyone's like too positive in the anime community now. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying that might be why we get just trashy isekai more so than usual. Well, that's just my theory, or what I think at least. 51 views in the chat. Welcome. We're just ranting about anime in general, not just Index. But yeah, compared to like, if you look at film YouTube or TV YouTube, think about the most popular YouTubers who talk about new movies or whatever, or the newest hot IP, whether it's the new Marvel show or the new Star Wars show. It's like Critical Drinker is the first name on the top of my head, or even years ago as Nostalgia Critic or whatever. Chris Stockman and Jeremy Johns, they're overall pretty positive now. I think Chris Stockman's become really way more positive than usual. He used to criticize stuff that he didn't like, but now he doesn't even give stuff out like an A to F grade. He just says, I like this. I appreciated the filmmaker, what they did here. Or, oh yeah, like, what's he called? Your Movie Sucks. Yeah, Your Movie Sucks, still going strong. So you get all these popular film and movie channels that all just 9 times out of 10 they'll just rinse whatever new movie or TV show comes out that's mainstream. But in the anime sphere, that doesn't happen. I mean, it might happen on a smaller scale. I mean, you still got people like that anime snob going strong who remembers him. Bloody hell. Yeah, you got, well, in terms of like the biggest names, you don't get that. You don't get that anymore. Were you ever part of the Index group or something call the Amino app? Yeah, I was. I was on Toaru Amino. I wasn't any on any other Amino apart from Anime Amino, and I made Toaru Amino. I'm not proud of that. It deserved to die a painful death. Amino and Toaru Amino was a mistake, but admittedly, I have met some decent people and friends through Amino, so somewhat of a blessing in disguise, if you can say that. Yeah, that's what I did before YouTube. I was just like, I was like the fucking index nerd on Anime Amino who would just write blogs about Toaru. I'd try and like spread the gospel through that rather than the videos on here. Admittedly, I should have just fucking stopped doing that because it's a waste of time and done YouTube way earlier. But I just didn't have the confidence to do it earlier properly. I think I remember you, and I'm also not proud of that. Yeah, well, we've all been there, done that. You know, we all remember this fucking stupid role playing and oh god, the shit that went down on Amino. Best forgetting it doesn't exist anymore. Hey Aeon, looking fresh today. Oh, thank you, appreciate that. I've had a haircut last week and that. Got my Thelema star necklace. Got a rep Alistair Crowley for you all. I thought, what accessory can I put on stream to make me look less boring and more hipster? And I'm like, yeah, let's get a universal hexagram, you know, like the Thelema fucking star. Why not? Only cost £5, I think. It's not real silver or metal. Oh, Offness, too kind. They make me blush. But yeah, I had a bit of a crazy weekend. So on Thursday, I went to this Oktoberfest party. We were down in beer Steiners and all that. Shout out to all the Germans in the chat. I was enjoying your culture, appropriating it with my Bavarian hat, which made me look like a shit Robin Hood. B-Tech or bootleg Robin Hood. That's what I look like. I didn't have the lederhosen or anything. I just had a fucking shitty hat and a white shirt and black trousers, so I looked a bit... I was like the odd one out. Everyone else was going like full effort, and I was just like the fucking screw-up who... had a hat which didn't suit the rest of what I was wearing. But yeah. Then my mate started buying me shots, so I was absolutely pissed. And then yesterday, I went to a football game. Soccer, by the way, not fucking hand egg. That was fun. Met some lads down at the pub. Watched my team play. Good vibes. Want to do it again sometime, but yeah. Not the best result, though. We drew 2-2. Hey, GG Dog. Nice to see you in the chat. What's up? Oktoberfest is an amazing time. Glad you had fun. Yeah, I did. Yeah, they had live music on. The Oompa... Is it Oompa Poopa Band? Oompa Pa Band, that's it. I started thinking like Oompa Loompas from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for some reason. Whereas Oompa Pa like the fucking... What's it called? Oliver, you know, if you sing the musical Oliver. Oompa Pa, that's how it goes. Not going to sing anymore for you, don't want your ears to bleed. But I forgot this was an Index stream, so we'll talk about that. But well, it's meant to be a chill stream. We don't have to talk about Index all the time. I do that enough already, don't I? Talk about anything. Bro, I love your voice. My voice is croaky at the moment because I was chanting all the football songs and that yesterday, and I was drinking on Thursday, so my voice hasn't properly recovered. So I don't think I'll be able to record any audio today, but I've got a video lined up anyway. I've done the audio for already, so get that out for you hopefully today or tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Should be another fun one. But yeah, I'm not doing the YouTuber voice for... I know you do the YouTuber voices for like the streams. You get the authentic me. So, what's up, guys? It's A&F Harris here. I like for some reason I like doing that more when I'm like recording audio specifically for it. But when I'm on stream, I want to like trying to be more authentic rather than just like shoving this Index agenda down your throats in this YouTuber-y voice that needs to be high entertaining. High engaging and high entertaining entertainment, so it's a bit different. At least with this, I can somewhat chill and not go like, yes, hey, the forest. Let me catch up on the chat because you guys have been going ham. Let me just read this. You gotta tell me, how do you maintain that beard? It's great, bro. I just like trim it with a electric razor. Yeah, I've got two. I say electric razor. I've actually got two because they're both like not as like good at doing one thing than the other. So I've got one that does like one length all across, but sometimes it's not very consistent. And then the other one I do like, like my sideburn area and mustache and that. So bit of a weird one. I'm a weird person. As you can probably tell, because I've got a fucking index channel. You need to be a bit special to have a fucking Toaru channel, don't you? Aeon can rizz up any girl. I wish that was true. It's alright. I'm not doing so bad at the moment. Not doing too bad at the moment with that kind of thing. Although it does surprise me when I do get attention from the opposite sex. I'm like, okay. But trust me, I'm just like everyone else. I'm just like the average index fan inside. I might look a bit fancy or whatever. I'll leave that for you to decide. I won't say it myself. I don't want to sound big-headed or anything, like, but I'm still the fucking nerd with the body pillow that I was when I was 16. Well, okay, I've matured a bit, you know, character development and all that, but I'm still, you know, a weeb somewhat. That's how I am. That's how I'll always be. Aeon, what's the weakest index volume in your opinion? Index volume specifically, I'm assuming light novel, not manga. Probably say NT16. I thought it was better than I think it was when I first read it, but on reflection, that volume is not great. It's just... There's only one like good scene I like out of it, and the rest is just kind of pointless and feels really forced. And the climax at the end of the volume as well, it kind of like is meaningless. At first, it feels kind of significant and emotional, but then the next volume happens and it's like, oh, this isn't as big as a deal as you thought it was. Oh, my camera's died. Why has the camera died? And you can see my face staring off. What we love to see. Video capture device. Always happens, doesn't it? I just wish this camera would work. Oh yeah, let's see what everyone else is saying. Don't worry, this camera thing will only be a second. I don't know if it's an overheating thing or whatever. Or it might be the battery. I might change battery, just in case. Aeon saying he's just an average index fan, and I just can't help but think about how average Turbo is. Yeah, legit. I mean, Toma's talking out his arse when he says he's average. Definitely. We'll give this battery a try. I do have like a fake battery I need to put in this camera, which should do the trick, but I need to get like a screwdriver for that, I think. Right, let's put on bright setting. Cool, cool, cool. What's that? What else is everyone saying? Sus cam. It is a sus cam. Every piece of equipment I have is sus. Okay. Gonna pick up. Yes, it is. It's gonna pick up now. Hey, there we are. back to HD. No, it's not weird you have a YouTube channel about Toaru. It's quite common to have a YouTube channel about specifically one anime manga franchise they like. Well, I mean it from the sense that if you take the average Tom, Dick, and Harry from the street, they're not going to have a fucking YouTube channel about a Japanese novel series, are they? If they do have a YouTube channel, it's going to be about Call of Duty or some game or vlogging or whatever kids are into these days, or football. Yeah, I think it's a rarity to have a YouTube channel to begin with, or even like, what do you call it? Yeah, what about anime? Your face is beautiful. I don't know what to say. Speechless. Sus calm, yeah, it's sus. Oh yeah, let's talk about Index for a bit. So, Index Season 1. Obviously, I didn't watch it when it first came out. I think Malcolm did. Back in 2008. That shows you how old Mal is. But, yeah, I think I first watched Season 1 when I was... Yeah, I think it was like 2014 or something like that. Then I just binge-watched the rest of it when Railgun S was out. Obviously, Index 3 and Accelerator and Railgun C didn't exist at that point. This is back when Index 3 was stated that it would never happen. Index 3... Yeah, I saw so many people say, Index 3 is never going to happen. And look what happened, it fucking happened. So, when I see people say, oh yeah, Index Season 4 will never happen. You never know, like, never say never. I think there's different, like, levels of possibility it would happen. I'm not disputing that, I'm saying. Do you guys remember what happened when we all said Index 3 was a myth and zero possibility, and it did? Chat falling over Aeon Harden and Kuroko over her Mizuka. Oh, I don't know why. I'm just... Alright. Just me. Well, I do appreciate the love, everyone. I'd rather you say I'm a handsome bastard than an ugly bastard. Yeah, out of those two options, I know which one I'd pick. But it just makes me think, will they ever learn the lessons of Index like the anime? Or like future seasons? I don't know. I'll just talk about the arcs as like my brief thoughts on every arc. Because if we talk about like Index Season 1, for example, let's start from the beginning. So Index Season 1. Episode 1, I thought Episode 1 of Index is pretty decent. I think it's a solid introduction to the series and world. I feel like just the more it progresses in Season 1, you just see like dips in quality here and there, and obviously they just rush through events and you don't know what's going on half the time because it's really fucking confusing with the magic side and shit. Yeah, and I always go back to that. Like, I think the fight between Toma and Style in the anime is decent. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's 2008. Like, the animation is not the best. But then again, you had... Did FMA Brotherhood come out around 2008, or was it 2010? But yeah, compared to FMA Brotherhood, not as good animation quality as that, but we did get the massive step up in Index Season 2, at least. And then you just think to when Index gets injured by Kanzaki off screen, and then you just got Komoi Sensei and Index singing to summoning the angel. I remember watching that scene with a girl I was seeing at the time. because I wanted to try and get her into anime. Like, watch a bit of Death Note. She liked Death Note. I was like, oh yeah, Index. Let's watch Index with a girl who doesn't like anime. What could possibly go wrong? I think we got up to that episode and it was just like fucking awkward as hell. Like, yes, this is entertainment. This is peak entertainment. Just watching Komoi and Index sing. And yeah. Not great. I am still talking about singing part. It's the part I always go up to. Because it should have been way shorter. They stretched out for way too long. I will keep saying it. Anyway. Then you get the fight with Toma and Kanzaki. I like some of the visual choices they did with that fight, where you get to see like Kanzaki and Toma like standing amongst like the different grimoires and everything. That was a cool shot. There's like some like cinematography. Like, is it cinematography with anime? Is that the right word? Or I don't know. I'm not like a film expert. I mean, it technically isn't a film or cinema, but you get what I mean. Like, a choice of a shot. We'll just say it like that in the most caveman terms possible. Yes. A choice of a shot. I thought it was a nice choice of a shot. To have a load of books flying everywhere. But then again, watching that fight, I feel like the emotion, there was some emotion there in the scene, because you get like Kanzaki like really annoyed. But I don't know, I just don't, it's just missing a bit of a more emotional weight for me. I get that Kanzaki's quite a monotone character in the sense that, not monotone, but emotionless at times. So when you do see her like showing emotion, you could be stronger maybe. But I know she was whacking Turbo across the face with her fucking scabbard and everything. Yeah, framing, composition, photography, screen composition. Thank you. That will do. You guys are more educated than me. We'll read some of your messages. Aeon got cock-blocked by Index and Komoi. Yeah, listen, I don't want to bring up that kind of stuff where it's like, oh yeah, it was back when I was seeing a girl. It implies, oh, you're just fitting with a narrative that you guys are having for me. But that, literally, I'm not joking. That's what it was. This was like my first girlfriend when I was like 17. But yeah, we won't go there. But listen, I am not what you think I am. I'm not the guy who just gets girls all the time. This is literally the example that happened. Oh no, not again. Fuck's sake. Back again. Yeah, that's not how it is at all. I don't know why it keeps dying. I feel like this was happening last time I had the camera on as well. I need to troubleshoot it at some point. Yeah. Needs to be going in like USB mode. Because there's not enough battery in it, maybe. Maybe. One. But yeah, it's a pain. What side do you like? More magical science? Probably, I don't know, I like science side. I like the lore of how like science side started though. Like the magic side, they're kind of interconnected, so I like both. But if you're talking about like the science side and like the the science side you kind of see in Railgun, then probably not. I don't know, I feel like it's more complicated than just say you like one more than the other, because they're kind of interlinked. Pure doesn't like anime and the pure. I mean, it wasn't Index. It wasn't just Index. I don't want us to talk about my... Is this just Aeon's Love Life stream? That sounded like I said Love Live. Don't want to talk about Love Live, my god. Right. Here we are. But yeah, it wasn't just she didn't like what do I even say? She didn't like get rid of me or dump me because I didn't like Index. Yeah, that was many years ago. We were both inexperienced. It's okay to be single though, girl. Cause this is when I was 17. I'm way older now. This was history. This is ages ago. Were your therapist tells all the details? As I'm saying, I was 17. I'm not crying in my sleep because of my first relationship anymore. I mean, it was sad at the time when you think, oh my god, I'm such a loser. I never thought a girl would go out with me, and then this I finally have a girlfriend. Oh my god, I love you so much. When really, that's not how relationships are. I mean, they can be in some communities where it's like, you need to get married with the first girl you get with. Where it's kind of like really old-fashioned. Or it's like a Disney princess thing going on where they're like, first guy who saves their ass, like Toma. Yeah, I mean, it's like Toma. It's like Toma disease. It's like, oh my god, Toma, save me. I love you so much. I think I love you. It's not like that. That's not how it works in the real world. Aeon of incel. What? Am I an incel? That's mean. I'm not an incel. Just because I like anime doesn't mean I'm an incel. God. What has this chat devolved into? Aeon's love life and Biri crush on Terma. The hardest debate, which is the better love story. My days. No, honestly. 17-year-old me, I don't think I have much riz going on for me at the moment. But I can tell you what. 17-year-old me had negative riz. Like, oh my days. I mean, I was improvement off 16. 16-year-old me. The amount of embarrassing shit I said to girls or how I acted towards them. That was Aeon of Incel. Like, see, alright, I'll admit, 16-year-old me was Aeon of Incel. Because I don't know what planet I was on. It wasn't fucking Earth. It was the weeby anime utopia that existed in my fairy tale brain. With no comprehension of reality or how social interactions work. I did a members only video about how I was when I was like 16, 17. Where I was just a complete cringe lord. My god. Yeah. Hey, and what do you think is the most commonly said... Oh, Toaru Magisto Index or English? That's a good question. I honestly don't know. That's a really good question. I mean, I could look on, like, a Google search and go on, like, trends, Google Trends, and look at the usage of both words side by side, or, well, not words, or words together. Maybe the English, I don't know. Because sometimes when you get casual watchers of Index, they don't know what Toaru is. I've seen that quite a few times. They watch Index and they have no idea what Toaru is. It's like, what? How do you know what Toaru is if you just watch Toaru Magician Index? Or maybe, yeah, I guess you just watched a certain magical index instead of the Japanese title. Because I feel like, yeah, if you look at, like, Demon Slayer at the moment, I remember, like, when it first came out, I just knew that shit as, is it something no Yaiba? It begins with K. You guys will know. Yaiba. But now everyone just calls it Demon Slayer. Like, literally, I don't see anyone calling it a Japanese title now. It's just Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer. So, yeah. I probably said Kimetsu, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Pablo. Kimetsu no Yaiba. Yeah, I never see anyone call it Kimetsu no Yaiba now. I'd probably put my money on the English. Simply because, like, the average person in the West, they probably just feel more comfortable saying English. Yeah, and if I think about, like, other YouTubers who've talked about Toaru, apart from myself, obviously, I think, or who aren't as big as fans as me, or whatever. Not saying I'm the biggest fan in the world. Oh, look at this guy who thinks he's fucking biggest Index fan in existence. No, I'm not. I'm saying, like, because I'm a bigger fan in the sense that I, got an entire YouTube channel dedicated to it than, let's say, someone who just makes a video about it who covers other anime. I mean, yeah, back to Index though, and season 1. I started to really like season 1 when the Sisters arc happened, when I was first introduced to Accelerator, because I kind of heard that he was, like, this cool character. I always liked his aesthetic. The Deep Blood arc was, like, really weird for me, because it felt like Aureolus Izzard's power was just like a bullshit power, really, and I did not understand his plan, even though it is kind of explained. It's like, I was like, wait, what? So he's capturing Index to turn Index into a vampire. I don't know what a vampire is, because it's not really shown me, apart from, like, the flashbacks of Himigami. It was just really confusing. I was like, and then, oh yeah, then, like, he, like, reverses time and everything, and then Toma gets, like, amnesia again until he has to, like, until he touches his head to break it. It's like, oh, now we need to go back and beat Izzard. It's like, why? What's going on? It just seems like these Ars Magna just seem to pull out a random power out of nowhere. And obviously, how he got that power was through the Gregorian chant replica, through the Misawa cram school students. I was like, it's just a lot of information to take in. And I feel like in the novel, you obviously get that, because it's all written down. But in the anime, the arc is kind of cut short as well, because it removes one of the side plots from it. So I'm not surprised, like, people found it confusing as well as myself. I'm like, who is that guy, girl, floating upside down in the tube? I have no idea who Alistair is. Who are they meant to be? Why are they in a tube upside down? There's so many questions. But yeah, the dragon hand was iconic. But I was like, more questions. So, okay. So Izzard, he apparently, well, this is what we knew at the time, because obviously we know the dragons were real. But if you're just watching it for the first time and don't know about the Railgun sea dragons or anything, you're just like, okay, so Izzard imagined Homer's cut off arm, or what was left of his arm, you know, the little stump, which is his shoulder. You just imagine that was a dragon devouring him, because I guess he has an imagination. I guess that's what he thinks about all the time. That's his fetish, to be bored by a huge dragon. That's what he thinks of when he's about to die. He just thinks of a dragon for some reason. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's better in a novel, because you get more of the theory crafting with Styles' conversation. But yeah, in the anime, it's like, why? Where does this dragon come from? Do you think we'll ever get back to vampires? Oh my god, again. This is ridiculous. I don't know if it's because it's overheating. I don't think it is the battery. So annoying. Might have to set my fan. I think it's just over. Alright, we'll move some shit. Let's try this again. We all love when the fucking camera turns off. I have a shot every time Aeon's stream has a technical difficulty. Right, we got the fan on. That should keep it cool. Right. Back to sort my hair out, because I look like a shit version of Jack Grealish. Good. There we go, sort the hair out. Question is, will we ever get more of the anime? Yeah, we have to wait till next year to find out. We'll wait and see. But yeah, then we get the Sisters arc with episode 10 onwards. Just reading like the light novel compared to like watching the anime is like quite a big difference, because we do get like a scene where Index has taught to Komoi as well during the Sisters arc about level 6 and how it's like similar to the concepts of magic, which I've talked about in videos. That doesn't really get expanded upon. And then, yes, also the case of, yeah, Toma defeats Accelerator with a few scratches. And when you're like a hardcore Accelerator fanboy watching this, oh, you like how much of a psycho he is and whatever, he's entertaining. You just think, oh, really? He just got absolutely destroyed and Toma just had a few scratches and that was it. But in the novel, it's like Toma, he was very beat up and bloody, like in the Railgun anime. Yeah, GT9 comes out December. Excel Air Vortex looks ass. Farragut's Railgun just makes it look sad. Yeah, honestly, the difference between the two is night and day. Difference. And then you get Angel Fall after that, and oh boy. What did we all think of Angel Fall watching that for the first time? Let me know, because I want to hear your guys' thoughts first. I'll let you comment. Gig says bad, hated it. OT4. Anime is better. Tyler thinks the anime is better. More subtle approach, okay. Use for the first half, yeah. Good. They're quite mixed opinions on it. Fair enough, yeah. I liked it more at the end. Yeah, the end's good. Obviously, the Motoi scene where fighting against Burma and his dad. You know Jinsaku, best girl. Yep. I'm right, Doc. I saw Terma getting sucked into a freaking tornado and railgun. Swimsuit Aogami's a blessing. Damn right. I mean, when I saw it, yeah, I agree with one of the with someone in the live chat who said it felt like filler. It felt like filler. Like we've all seen these like really wacky out of the blue filler episodes that just seem really in your face. It did feel like one of those. So you can imagine my shock when I learned that that arc was actually canon. What? Kamachi? There's an annoying strand of hair that I don't... Clean. Not anymore. I should not be too wound up about my hair. It makes me look vain as fuck. I just want it symmetrical. Anyway. Point is, all like the body swapping mumbo jumbo, it was not great. I get it was like lighthearted at first, but it just felt ridiculous. It felt absurd. Like what the hell's going on? And there were like exceptions to the rule, like Kanzaki and Motoi weren't affected by it fully. Oma can recognize them. And obviously, you can recognize Toya, his dad, because he casted the spell indirectly. But it's even a problem in like the light novel because it's like, why does everyone around Toma swap to the people that he knows when it's a worldwide spell? I mean, it was funny. It's just, you know, I see how crazy it is and stupid. You just go straight to body madness. Yeah, I do remember that. Like it is pretty off the bat. We all agreed the next movie is the best part of the series. It's funny you mention that because there are some people who really like the movie. Wish I was one of them. I like the animation and the music. It's speaking of the movie, we might actually find out what the hell happened to Lady Lee in the Windowless building thanks to Imaginary Fest because it's been teased that there's going to be like some kind of scenario or story where we'll find out Lady Lee's fate. She's there with Alistair and Mina. And I wonder if Fraulein Kreutschun will show up from the next novels as well. What is Alistair doing with all these, you know, immortals in his fucking... No, I was gonna say... Reason why I didn't say anything then is because a certain reviewer would always... I think he would always call it Alistair's sex dungeon for some reason. And that term just always stuck. Even though it's not a sex dungeon, it's just like... He just... Some area of the Windowless building where he just throws immortal women there. You know, he's just got like a little harem chilling in his Windowless building, just while he's upside down. You know, he's got a wacky who teleports people in there, and then he's got Mina, who's the AI, and then he's got Lady Lee, who captured, and you saw like a glimpse of her on like a table or something. Like, I don't know what the hell Alistair was doing to her. Weird. Then you got Fraulein as well from the novels. What's he cooking in there? We never really found out what he was doing with them in the light novel. We didn't really get explanation. What was Alistair cooking? Is it because this is just a theory, but because he was there to extend his life force by about over 1,700 years, is the reason why he had immortals there? It's because he earned life force. I don't know. Well, I don't think he wanted to be fully immortal at that time, at least, because then he wouldn't technically be human, and Alistair always took pride in being human. Okay, extending your life to nearly 2,000 years, that's not human either, but I guess being immortal is kind of like magic god-esque. Obviously, things have changed slightly. I don't know. It's true. Well, at least he's sure that legal. Yeah, well, Lady Lee doesn't look like it. Aeon, what's your favorite Index arcs? I have many. I did like a... Was it a... Yeah, it was like a tier list stream a long time ago. But I love, obviously, the Offinus arc, the Willow-Free arc, Bronzon arc, Alistair Crowley arc. Those are the top favorite ones. And I like the British Royal Family arc. So many, like, I like the Dark Side arcs in OT. Some of the arcs in GT, of course. Most underrated arc is probably Saint Germain arc in NT12. What do you want? Imagine Breaker or Vector Control with a Brain-like Accelerator? I mean, I don't know how useful Imagine Breaker would be unless I lived in the Baru world. Imagine Breaker in real life doesn't seem like it'd be that useful. Well, unless you want to hire him. You like bad luck as well. Although, some people would argue those two are kind of opposite of each other. I'll leave that for you to judge. Don't like the Coronzon arc? I'm sorry. Well, I think you should watch Emerald's videos about it. To Aru Emerald, shout out. Emerald did... Well, he summed up his thoughts on him, but he did a really great job. Saying why they're great. I was like, damn. He brought up stuff that I wasn't even like... I didn't even think of, like... But I will admit, at times in the Coronzon arc, they go way too heavy on the lore. Like, mainly New Testament 22, where they just a lot of magic side concepts, and it can be confusing. Point where Kanzaki gets another arc or development. Got development. Speaking of us, got a bit of development in the Coronzon arc. I mean, she didn't have much screen time in the Coronzon arc, but she got something. I get your point. Like, from when she was introduced to like the Aqua of the Back arc, she kind of had like a complete character arc in that moment where she's like, okay, I can rely on the Amakusa for their strength. So I get a point that, yeah, it's... What do you do with her now that her character arc is complete? Unless you write something new for her. And have a bigger role in. Whether she will or not, I don't think so. Because it's like... There's way too many new characters at the moment. And she did appear in GT, but she didn't really have much of an arc or development in GT. I feel like there's a lot of characters in Index who have had complete character arcs. Like Aqua's one of them. Then they're just like relegated to the side and hear it every now and then. Kind of a shame, really. Every time I watch Kung Fu Panda 2, I always thought, damn, I wish Corazon arc was like this. Kung Fu Panda 2. I mean, it's a good movie. I don't know, I feel like that's a... Oh. Range comparison. I don't... I like Kung Fu Panda 2. I watched that like last year for the first time, and I thought, yeah, it was pretty good for yeah, DreamWorks and that. I don't know, so just something about that. It's like, I mean, like a story where it goes deep into like the main character's past. I mean, you kind of get more of like a character focus on Toma in NT22R. So I guess that's more like under. Not really, but I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something that's... trying to think of the best comparison equivalent. Imagine Index. Oh. Okay. Am I getting trolled? Am I getting trolled? I'm probably getting trolled right now. Yeah. Okay. GG dog. Awesome seeing you live streaming on Aeon. Happy 15th anniversary. Congratulations. Happy 15th. And thanks for tuning in, of course. Even though the anniversary is technically last week, obviously, yeah, there wasn't too much fuss about it, so... But why not make a stream and just chat about all things in anime? Yeah. It's crazy that, like, in Index Season 1, we get a lot of time devoted to OT6 as well. We do. Like, surprisingly so. I think we got more episodes for OT6 than we did for Battle Royale. It's wild. I think. Did we? Yeah, we did. I think we got 4 episodes for it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I'm just capping because I'm just stupid. And then, yeah, it's weird because they split up the 3 stories arcs. They were like, we can save... Call him. Oh, what's his name? God, Yamisaka Oma. Yes. We leave Yamisaka's part of the 3 stories arc for Season 2. Interesting decision. Some people read Desh just jerk off. I mean, they're way... Did I even go there? Like, I don't know. If you're reading Index just for that, I'm just confused because, like, why? There's so much. You watch porn or something, or read hentai. When you read Index, okay, you get like the odd CD illustration, which is, I don't know what you guys, you do you, but the rest is just like fucking text. It's not like a fucking hentai doujin manga where you can go, oh yeah, plenty of content you can that you can enjoy to your heart's content. It's not like that. I feel like if you're reading Index solely for that, I don't know. I feel like evaluate your life choices maybe, because story's great. It just seems not like you're okay. There's the odd CD fan servicey section. Whether the guy's really like, well, obviously I'm a guy, but I thought like girls are like more inclined to like read some, you know, saucy fan fiction where it's just words. And yeah, like whether it's a Twilight fan fiction, because we all know the Twilight fangirls have done that for fucking years. We all know that. Come on, we've not seen it ourselves. Well, it's fucking common knowledge, isn't it? But I think, like, yeah, like female audience, they're more likely to imagination. But I feel like guys, we're more visual. We're like, oh, hardcore shit going on in our faces. So I don't know if like people read Index to like reading it. Oh, so you only got like the illustrations. I mean, I'll ugh. Some illustrations are nice, but yeah. So I'm like, really? Surely there's better ways. I don't know. What are we talking? That's a good question. I feel like we should throw that conversation down the gutter for good. I just rant about really bad, stupid shit. Wait, you appreciate the work Mako Iuchi is anime. Yes, not just the Index anime. Index, Railgun, and Accelerator. She is fucking masterful composer. She can do anything, any genre. She did the heavy metal tracks of Accelerator. She can do the Glory and Chance. She can do the dubstep. She can do electronic. Ridiculous. She can do orchestral. There we go. That's a word. Do the weird beats and boops that the Index anime can have when Index is trying to bite Toma's head off. You know what I'm talking about. He's amazing. Eon, what's your favorite Index waifu? Well, I'd say my favorite female character is Shokuho, as you probably know. My favorite waifu, like, if I was to wife the fuck up out of an Index character. I'm thinking of Mina Mathers. Who else am I missing, though? There's someone I'm missing. I like Mugano, but Mugano's too crazy for wife material. Off the top of my head, it's Mina. Probably forgetting someone. Let me know yours. Yeah, last time I checked, women prefer to read that than watch. More member videos will be nice, lol. Yep, I will do one tomorrow. Don't you worry about that. Coming. Had a busy weekend, so. If you have some basis in French. I know La City Académique. That was the worst attempt of... Right, ignore that. Otherwise I'm going to get cancelled for the worst French accent of all time or French pronunciation. But yeah, no, Mitato. That channel. Fixer. I like Konori Me. Konori Me is a shout. Konori, yes. I was going to say a lot of underage here. If Kamachi does a time skip, that would blow everyone's mind away. Because it's like so not like him to do a time skip. Why does everyone forget Tsukitsubo? She's absolutely... I don't know. I like Tsukitsubo. Personal taste for me. Would you say Laura is a good waifu? If you want to sell your soul to the devil, then maybe. Oh yeah. I'm not sure if time skip will ever happen. Would you take the offer of being a director of the Index Railgun series if they choose you? Listen, I know nothing about directing. I never directed anything apart from my own videos, which is not the same as directing a movie or whatever. TV show. But if the Western studio or someone in the West wanted to do a live action adaptation, they were like, hey, you're a massive Index fan. Would you like to be a technical advisor to make sure the lore and everything is right so we don't have to read the novels? They're like, yep, I'm in. Oh, as a director, I feel I know way more qualified people than me to do that. The scrub in my room. What else have we got? Right, yeah. Then we got Index Season 2. It's a shame because Index Season 2 overall adapted worse arcs than, like, Season 1. You got, like, the Nun arc and the Daisei arc. I mean, Daisei arc is fun, but it's not as good as this is arc or Deep Blood arc or Index arc on paper. It's just a going on. At least, like, the Remnant arc was good. Give the anime that, like, although it's only like 2 episodes. Not that as a criticism. I feel like it only really needs a couple of episodes for the Remnant arc. I feel like it needed to drag it out any longer than it did. But I feel like Remnant arc and the Academy City Invasion arc probably the best Index arcs in Season 2. Or possibly even overall in the entire Index anime, if you include all the seasons. The camera gone again? At least that lasted longer than last time. Because it's died this time? Yeah, I think it's because it actually died this time. I don't think this is overheating. Aeon, what would you think if Index got a live action? Did I make a video about that? Just like thoughts on it. What I think? Initially, I would be worried. I think, okay, the One Piece live action was pretty enjoyable. I mean, if you're like a normie just checking out a One Piece live action, you're still going to be like critical of it or not getting it because it is silly. I like that about it though, because it feels like it's not too over the top, but it's still pretty silly and goofy over top. It's not going too far with it. It's not going like full anime, but it still feels like feels like it's got anime vibes. You know what I mean? So I feel like they toned it pretty well. Obviously, the One Piece live action, or at least the first few arcs of the anime or manga, they're not the most best written things in the world. It just feels like, oh yeah, and feels like a fucking JoJo pirate fever dream at times. What I mean by that is because the pacing in the live action so fast and they have to cram in so much content within a few episodes. Feels like they're just coming across like the crazy, goofy pirate, evil pirate of the week. Or just off the bat, it's like, we go to a new place and there's another fucking crazy ass pirate who wants to kill us who wears a silly outfit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the One Piece live action a lot, but if you, like, try to look at it deeper, it's got a few like, problems with it. But what it was, I really enjoyed it. But the thing is that Index, if it did get a live action, it's not necessarily going to be the same team who made One Piece. Netflix. I mean, it might be. It'd have to be done by someone who's a fan of the material and creator would have to have control. Yeah. as long as Kamachi realizes that there's some things you can't do in live action that you can do in Index. Because that would be very, very problematic. Do not need some of the cringe moments that you get in Index. Railgun. That just will not work at all in live action. And they should probably age up the characters as well. Like, I mean, you get like Cobra Kai. You've seen Cobra Kai. All like the actors who are portraying teenagers, they're all adults, even though they look young, and they look. Probably do the same thing for that, or make all the students high school characters. Because there's definitely a difference between reality and fiction, and sure, that line does not get crossed when you do real life. But would it work? I feel like the One Piece live actions give me more confidence of it possibly potentially working. Well, then again, it would need about right amount of episodes. I'm not saying it'll need like a perfect adaptation where it needs to be frame by frame, needs to be perfect or whatever, or needs to include every single stuff on the novels. As long as I feel like if they nailed the performances and they understand the characters well, more so than the Index anime, I feel like they could do a good job. But then again, there's a lot of magic side complications and how magic works, and a lot of politics and everything that need explaining. It's a lot more of a rich background and lore and story at first compared to early One Piece. I can't say the same for like later One Piece because I've not read all of One Piece or watched all of it. But with One Piece, you get like, okay, you have the world government who hate pirates, and the Marines work for the world government. They're trying to apprehend all the pirates, and pirates trying to find the One Piece. You know, it's really simple lore that's going on. But with Index, you got, okay, sounds simple on paper, you got the magic side, science side, but then the science side has got little city-state and Academy City, which is part of Tokyo. And they got a treaty between them and the magic side of a lot of different churches, and you need to remember which church is which. Then the more you dig deep, the more complicated it does get. Why do you hate the anime so much? I don't hate the anime. Why did I say I hate the anime? Say that? If I did, I was exaggerating, but I've always said the anime is kind of mid. Mid is not bad, mid is not hate. I like a lot of things about the anime. I like, for example, I think Accelerator is perfect in the anime, or close as perfect as they could be. Him and Last Order are great. What I don't like is stuff isn't explained that well, especially in season 3. You've only watched the anime season 3. You don't know what's going on half the time. You can't tell me what this member of Block is doing. You can't tell me where. Yes, I would love to see an anime only explain to me what Fuyama's plan is. They'd be like, save the world, maybe. You get my point. Or, yeah. Like, yeah, it's just the pacing at times as well. Like, certain characters, certain scenes, just all adds up. No, I don't hate it. I just think it could have been way better. feel like Index Season 2, parts of it were the closest we'll get to like a good adaptation. Light novel readers will always prefer it. I mean, yeah, 9 times out of 10. Obviously, some people just don't like reading books and prefer the visual medium. But if you like compare it to like just like the amount of characterization you get when you get to hear Toma's inner thoughts, and I just understand, like, I understand Toma's character way more in the novel than I do in the anime when I first watched it. Like, in the anime, he just feels like a generic guy who just punches people. And a lot of people who watch the anime are like, oh, they don't like the amnesia plotline. Like, why is Toma lost his memory after the first arc? It's stupid. Such a bad trope. But when you see what they do with that over the course of time, and you get his inner thoughts, and you get the stuff that was cut out in terms of his backstory in Angel Fall arc, and you see how he embracing this new identity because this is what he thinks as a good person actually is. I did not understand that to that level when watching anime for the first time. If you got that vibe from watching anime, then fair play. Wish I did. I can only speak from my experience. And it's not like I was too young to understand it or whatever, because I watched and read it around the same time in my life. Oh. Yeah. That's just one example. You know, there's others. Obviously, I know most people prefer Index Season 1 and 2 over Index 3. Or just stuff like Fuyama and Toma being on pillars. Think about that for a sec. It makes the fight so boring. This is meant to be the penultimate fight. I get it's like there are two sides of the world. You got Toma on the side of Academy City and side of good, and you got Fuyama on the side of Roman Catholic Church, and he thinks he's good, but he's evil. I get the why frame like that, but from a logical standpoint, it not only does it limit the movement of the facts. When I was reading the novel, I was like, oh, they're in a room, like Toma's like dodging his attacks, he's get close to Fuyama, working between his spells and that with Magic Breaker. Seemed like a much more, and then you had the deep philosophy behind the fight, how Toma was focused on saving individuals, while Fuyama was focused on the collective, utilitarian collective of saving as many people as possible, the greatest happiness for the greatest number. And to achieve that, he had to start World War III and willing to sacrifice a lot of lives to make the world a better place, which results in a greater good. But Toma's like, you can't do that because you got to value everyone as an individual. You can't just say lump these people together and just view them as a number. Shit like that. And you get some of that conversation, but you have like the tactics in that fight, different powers clashing. Then you have that deep conversation. Well, like Fuyama needed Toma alive because, well, he wanted a Magic Breaker. So when he chops off Toma's arm, he's like, okay, I can absorb it and become the one superior to God because it cleanses my original sin fully. And then once he absorbs it, what do you see in the anime? He launches a blast at Toma to try and kill him because he's like, okay, I have the arm now. I don't need you. You're a lump of flesh now. You've served your purpose, you lump of flesh. He says something like that in the novel. He tries to kill him. And yet, he's like, Noddy? The invisible thing comes out and it protects Toma. What did Fuyama do then? He's like, oh no. Freaks out. Okay, he starts to lose the power of the one above God because Magic Breaker respawns in Toma. But he still has Index's controller, and you know what he can do with that? He can destroy the pillar underneath Toma, and Toma will drop to his death. Did anyone consider that? Like when Toma gets the Magic Breaker back, when he gets it back, and Fuyama's losing the plot, you know, the malice in the world is decreasing. Fuyama is losing his power because World War III is ending. At that moment of the fight, Fuyama doesn't care about Magic Breaker anymore. He needs to kill Toma. He's panicking. He's not trying to reabsorb a Magic Breaker because it's not worked. He doesn't need him alive anymore. He could have just blown the pillar underneath Toma's feet, and that would have been it. But he doesn't because it's fucking stupid and the direction is awful. If they were in one room, that wouldn't happen. Because they're on the same floor, and Fuyama can only teleport horizontally. He can't teleport up and down. He can only go forward or back. Like, this is why I think the anime is not that good. I'd say Index... Alright, I'll say Index 3. Index 3 is less than mid. Index Season 1 and 2 are mid. But Index 3 is bad. I will say that. But overall... Rant over. Yes, Void Hero. Fuyama can teleport. You see it in his fight against Vento. In the anime as well. Fuyama can teleport. But only he can't teleport up. It's not like Kuroko's teleport, where she can teleport anywhere with 11-dimensional calculations. Fuyama can only teleport horizontally, not vertically. Yes, you did hear Index 3 slander. You heard an Index 3 rant. Well, yeah, I was too busy ranting to, like, read the chat for the most part. Why the heck could they mess up every fight except for Toma vs. Aureolus? Yeah, I know. I thought Accelerator vs. Kiharu was good. Others, like, yeah. But speaking of Index Season 1, like, I brought this up before, but, like, the fight with Kanzaki versus the Power of God, aka Gabriel, is... You know, that's meant to be a fight between a saint and an angel, and the animation for that look. Like, they definitely did not... Well, time restraints or budget... I don't want to use budget, because people say, oh, budget is a myth, but... Yeah, that fight looked way worse than the other fights in Index Season 1, and... Kanzaki, she just moves really slow. She should move, like, way quicker than that. You know, like how the servants move in, like, Fate. Kanzaki should be that quick, and yet she seems like no quicker than any other character fighting. Aye. And combined with the animation not looking that great. It doesn't... The stakes in the fight doesn't seem great. Like, in the novel, it seems like this epic fight. You know, Gabriel's wings can, like, destroy a mountain. Kanzaki's Yui-sen is, like... Her angels and... Yeah, I do have a good index rant in me. Well, yeah, just the pillars. Because my favorite fight in the entire series still is probably Fuyama versus Toma. I think I prefer it more than, you know, the fights in NT and... Well, I think the end fight in NT with, in NT21, I won't say who it's with, but fight, you know what I'm talking about? That fight is also one of my favorite fights, but I'd probably still say it's Toma versus Fuyama. I just love everything about that fight in the novel. So good, and just seeing it in the anime was, like, really disappointing for me. Guess my imagination was just too good. My imagination made me believe it was going to be... Oh. Oh well. What I wish next had the same treatment as Railgun. Yep. Amen. We all do. Yeah, I don't know about the budgets and that, but... Yeah, I mentioned it, Tyreek. The animation thing, Yeah, not animation. Imagination, there we go. Very similar words. Imagination. Yeah, it definitely comes into it, but at the same time, the pillars weren't a thing in the anime, or weren't a thing in the novel. For some reason, they thought that was a great decision. Therma squeezing through Oriana's all gassing down. Better than the way I imagine it. Yeah. Sometimes it is just the animation studio or how much of the time they got on it or whatever. But if you just compare like some of the shots and everything in the Railgun anime to Index, is night and day. But then again, they have the benefit of adapting a manga. But 15 years, my god, 15 years. They're all getting old. OT remake with Cold War arc. That's a dream. It would be cool if we got Index Brotherhood, but they would need a lot of confidence to do a project that big. I mean, the fact that, was it Nishikiori had to beg like the execs at JC staff or Kadokawa or whoever was producing the next anime, he had to beg for like 2 more episodes, just says everything. 24 episodes is nowhere near enough. Those arcs, or no, let alone 26. You need to do Index 3 properly. You probably needed like 34 episodes, maybe, or low 30s or high 30s. Feel like to do it properly and give it just. If you think like World War 3 was such an epic arc in a novel, and for me it's on par with like some of the best shonen arcs of all time. Just comparing it to some of the best arcs out there that get adapted, only got any episodes. The Index crossover would be peak. Yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't happened already. Like, maybe Imaginary Fest will somehow find a way, considering Imaginary Fest has collabed with other anime like Konosuba. Yeah, World War 3 was great. I mean, you got to see like some of the greater picture of the war, like some of the fighter pilots and that. So you did get to see some of the average troops trying to contend with Academy City, which is never going to go well because Academy City's tech is just miles ahead of everyone else in the world. But it was more of like a personal story of the 3 heroes in the backdrop of a war, which I really like. Of course, the war exists and it's important, but it's not like a you know, like a war movie, whatever. Imagine Alistair and Fate, yeah. Died. I will have to troubleshoot it. Time. But yeah, I probably might end the stream here, actually. Probably good time to end it. Oh, Piero comes in last minute because my camera dies and... Alright. I'll answer some questions. Battery. Yeah, I'll put my camera on again and then answer it. I'll just get my camera. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will see you all later. Hopefully we have a great 20th anniversary next time. And I will sort out my camera for